Hello, Mr. Ritik. Today we are going to talk about Mr. Joe Dispenza. So let's talk about him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after many years of witnessing human transformation, we now know that if people are given an opportunity to learn vital information about what's possible based in science and reason, and then given numerous opportunities to be stretched beyond their limits to experience the truth of that philosophy, some immediate energy emerges in them. Unlimited with Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks to a collective consciousness of people all over the world who believe they can manifest their personal dreams. Observing a community of people coming together in the name of possibility who can step beyond what they know a normal or natural into the unknown.
Yeah.
Who intend to transform the way they think and feel. Because they understand by changing themselves, they change their life.
Yes.
Something magical happens. A new consciousness emerges. Our community is made up of those people who want to be challenged to do uncommon, the supernatural, and the mystical.
Yes, absolutely.
We are a living organism.
Yes.
My hope is that we become a more evolved form of the human species who, when freed from the chains of their own limits,
Yes.
heal one another, inform one another.
But sorry to interrupt, but doesn't it takes away the point of where the point of destruction become where the reason of destructions become us uh, becoming the perfect in the food chain and in the environment. So, what are your thoughts about that?
Can you please repeat your questions a bit here?
Yeah, I want to say that you are saying that we want to perfect ourselves. We want to perfect in the food chain and we want to stay at the top of the food chain.
Okay.
So if we just going for the perfection, doesn't it pull up the destruction of this planet or the environment? What do you think about that?
I think everything has its negative effects and positive effects. So I think we should look at the positive things and positive aspect of life. So
Yeah.
this is what we
No.
can say.
Yeah, what you are saying that is also absolutely correct, but that is not the reason. Then we can deny the negative points. We can ignore them. We
I
can
don't
ignore
think
them.
there are much negative points about it. What do you think? What are the negative points about this? Please tell me.
I'm just saying that if we just going for the perfection, we are just keep improving our technology and ourselves. That it will uh, can one day will definitely come on this planet that the that will become the reason of the destruction of Earth.
Yeah, sure. And like for example, we are moving very much ahead in technology in the field of 5G networks,
Yes,
6G networks,
absolutely.
which are causing harm to birds and
Yeah.
human beings as well, which are
That
which sure is a cause of destruction by but that means we are improving in technology as well. But yeah, you can
Yes.
say this has a negative effect and as well as a positive effect. So you can see it in a positive way if you want and a negative way.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Let's keep moving forward.
Okay, so I'm talking about the new consciousness that is emerging during the particular time in
Okay.
history is not based on one individual, okay, but on a collective group of people unified as one mind and one heart,
Yeah, absolutely.
pushing the limits of possibility.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something about Dr. Joe.
Okay.
So Dr. Joe holds a Bachelor of Science degree and is a doctor of chiropractic. Chiropractic.
Yes.
His postgraduate
that.
training includes the fields of neuroscience and neuroplasticity,
Yes, absolutely.
quantitative electro, you can say QEEG,
Okay.
measurements,
Okay. No. It's
Ep-
okay. It
Yeah.
it's okay.
epigenetics, mind body, medicine, and brain/heart coherence.
Okay.
As a researcher, lecturer, author, and a corporate, consultant, his interest lies in, you can say, his interests are in much fields.
Yes.
But the main interest of Dr. Joe works on being the living example of everything he teaches.
Okay, so he is basically mean the teacher of
Yeah.
meditation and neuroscience and
Yeah.
etc.
Yes.
Okay,
Sure.
okay.
He also appreciates good food and wine, communing with
nice.
nature, and being around highly creative people.
Uh, just out of the curiosity, Mr. Shantanu, do you drink?
No, I don't.
Yeah, same here.
But can
Yeah.
I please ask why you are asking me this question? I mean, this is a very interesting question, by the way.
I have said that in the first in the starting of the sentence, out of the curiosity,
Yeah.
just that. So let's keep moving forward to our topic.
Actually, so I came into contact with spirituality as a child.
Okay.
Reveals neuroscientist and personality coach Dr. Joe Dispenza. When you are a kid, you are more likely to notice these levels.
What kind of levels? Can you
Levels,
elaborate?
when I say, but then you can say levels like spirituality. Your interest develops in spirituality,
Okay,
and
okay.
sometimes you don't interest in any kind of spirituality, or you don't believe in God. But when you start believing in God, then you sure develop an interest in spirituality.
Okay.
So what I'm talking about is when you are a kid, you are more likely to notice these levels.
Okay.
But then you become conditioned by advertising, by social etiquettes, and by the outside.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
And then you have to get back to the state by gradually peeling back the layers.
Yeah, actually.
In the second part of the interview, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about states of consciousness
Okay.
in the quantum field and reveals where he gets the power of his mission.
So he's basically talking about the
Mission about his spiritual power, you can see more often.
okay.
Okay, let me tell you something about the feeling of new consciousness.
Okay.
So, what do spiritual experience actually feels like?
Yeah. I read.
Dr. Joe Dispenza
Yes.
describes them as follows. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Then you can ask something
Absolutely.
if you have some curiosity for it.
Okay.
So what he tells is, every time I come back to the three-dimensional reality, I think I have got everything wrong so far.
Oh.
Understand? What just happened changes my perspective on everything. You start to see reality differently. It's a healthy process, shedding one layer at a time, and suddenly you start to see all the things you have always existed.
Yes.
We don't see things as they are,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
as we are.
Yeah.
We don't see
I agree on
things as
that.
they are, but we see things as we are.
Yes.
That's the most important point you should notice.
And,
Yes.
and that is also the quote of Dr. Joe Dispenza, maybe.
Yeah, sure. He explains how it feels for him to experience spirituality in a new way.
Yes. Okay.
So let me start with what Dr. Joe Dispenza's vision is.
Okay.
But where does the expert get the power of his seminars? Some of which involve meditating for 4 consecutive nights.
Oh my God.
He says just a short moment of connection can change everything.
Oh.
It can lead you into a new future, give you a new body and a whole new dimension. Understand?
Is that?
Yeah.
Nice.
And people who experience that inspires me.
Okay.
So where do I get the power from?
Yeah.
I believe in possibilities. And then you automatically believe in yourself. So for him, that is spirituality.
Oh, so that is all about the spirituality concept.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got it. Thank you.
So whether seminar participants desire health, wealth, a new job, or a new relationship is irrelevant
Okay.
to Dr. Joe Dispenza to begin with. I simply want them to learn to connect. I want them to learn the formula. And then after they get what they want, most of them then want to give back to others what they want. Okay?
Yeah.
That's my mission, says Dr. Joe Dispenza.
So that is the basically the goal of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The beautiful thing is, once you start reporting on it, it spreads.
It?
Spreads.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very good thing that it spreads in
Yes.
among people because it has very positive
Absolutely.
effects on them. And then we see more and more miracles.
Yes.
So, what is the formula for change? Open yourself to spirituality. Do you know? Do you have some opinions about it?
Sorry, but I don't have any ideas about that topic. So, could you please describe
Okay,
for me?
I'll describe it to you, but firstly tell me, do you have any spiritual interest in God or goddesses? I mean, in any religion, if you...
Yeah, I believe in my own religion, that is the Hinduism, and I would like to explore the other mythologies and religions, just like Japanese mythology and the Norse mythology. So, just like them.
Okay, so you like to follow Japanese mythology, okay?
Yeah.
So, okay, can you please tell me what kind of religion these mostly Japanese people follow?
So they basically don't have any particular religion on their own. They just borrowed the religion of the China, and China follows the Buddhism, and Buddhism also came from our country, that is the India. So they basically just follows the religion of ours, and the mythology of them are different, because the religion and mythology are two different things, and I have the and I have
We have something to share with
Yeah.
us if you can.
yeah, I will share in the future of this
Okay,
video.
so tell me what is the ratio of Hinduism and you say Buddhism is majority.
I think
What is the ratio?
I think it is around
90 to 10?
9 raised to 1.
90 to 10?
Yeah, that it is.
Okay, so let me begin. You have given me a very interesting point. So
Yes.
let's begin with our formula for change open yourself to your spirituality. Many people spend a lot of time waiting for results.
Yeah.
That's where the mistake lies.
Okay.
Because the moment you are looking for a change, you are not connected.
Okay.
If you wait, you don't create.
Yeah. Okay.
Or very deep thought it is.
I'm getting it. Yes. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Let me repeat it once again. If you wait, you don't create.
Yes.
Doctor, this was said by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yes. Okay.
That's why in
I'm
our
getting it.
seminars we show people how to do it in the right way.
Okay.
The closer you stay to our formula and the more you leave out everything.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not the part of the technique. The better you succeed.
Yeah.
Compared to many other coaches, Dr. Joe Dispenza's approach focuses less on the past time and instead
Okay.
much more on the future.
So it's basically focus on the future rather than the past or the present.
Yes. Whatever I am telling you is does have the reference with future.
Okay. Okay.
So he says, when someone talks about their past, it's largely because they feel the emotions that connect them to the past.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically, their own past.
Yes.
This makes you feel sad, unhappy, and hurt, as people have several emotions linked with their past.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think you sure have some bad or maybe some right emotions connected to your past. So,
Yeah.
would you like to share any of them? I mean, it could be bad or it could be good.
Yeah.
Any of them.
So I have my I have this story about my past that one day I'm just playing with my friends at the park, and we are playing cricket, and I'm fielding. So when the ball came to me, just too high, I'm walking backwards, and then I just got stuck in the wall. So my hand just got hurt, and and then it bleeds very much. So I just panicked. So my friends took me and take me to the hospital, and then I survived.
Pretty painful story. It's sure hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I'm talking about is the brain now creates images.
Okay.
When you feel connected to any emotions linked to your past, the brain now creates images. Now, as you told me about your past, so
Yes.
whatever you think or whatever you have thought earlier,
Yes.
you have created some images in your mind, not you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
That is what I am talking about.
Oh, now I got it.
Actually, this is the, you can say, this is what human brain is all about. Human
Yeah.
brain only thinks about images.
Okay, so our human brain is just talking
Suppose you are talking to me,
Yeah.
but suppose you are giving me any reference, like you are saying an aeroplane.
Okay.
First, your brain creates an image into your mind, and
Yes.
then you are seeing like, okay, aeroplane is like this,
Yes.
this. When you are saying birds, you are
Yeah.
taking a reference and reference image in your mind, and then you are seeing it like that.
Yeah.
Before speaking, it creates an image to your mind, and that is all about.
Okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it perfectly.
Yes. And with that, you end up conditioning your body to the past.
Okay.
Yes.
I almost got it the point, and I will also read about it in the future.
You sure.
Okay.
So, experience spirituality in a new way. What is that? Intention and emotion.
Yeah.
So, in the interview, Dr. Joe Dispenza describes the brain as a recording of the past. He says when you wake up in the morning and think about your problems that may have to do with certain people or places, you are thinking in the past.
Okay.
But we know when you show people going beyond their problems, identify means identify the problems in their past and identity and thoughts, there will come a moment when they feel free.
Okay.
That is what it is.
Oh.
That's why Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches his participants to be in the here and now.
Okay.
When I say here and now, don't overthink, or don't think what's going to happen in my future and what happened to my past. That is irrelevant.
Yes. So we have to just live in the present and focus on it.
That is the main thing you can. That is the only thing you can do to keep your mind fresh and motivated every time.
Okay.
He reveals. Suddenly, you see possibilities you never saw before.
Oh.
When you started living in present, you suddenly start seeing possibilities that you have never seen before.
Okay.
You can feel the emotions before they happen. A clear intention reinforced by emotions,
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
thoughts, and feelings creates the state of being, and suddenly you evolve from a personality of the past to a completely new future-oriented personality.
It is nice.
Yeah, that's what a greater vision teaches us.
Yes.
So that is what Dr. Joe Dispenza's theory is all about.
Okay.
So let me begin with something more interesting. That is about mindset. So do you know what mindset is?
So basically, mindset is that thought process of our human brain,
Okay.
and I have read about it that that it is basically two types: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. In the fixed mindset, we are just got stuck at a certain point, and then we don't learn anything. We don't learn any knowledge and anything at all. But in the growth mindset, we always hungry to learn. We are always seeking the knowledge so that we can so that
Seek
we can
information
Yes.
about us or about our
Yeah.
people associated with us.
so that we can improve our intelligence.
Yeah, sure. Your points are very good. You know, there's a book about mindset.
Oh, and the name of it.
Actually, the name of the book is Mindset, which is written by Carol Dweck.
Okay.
You sure should read it. Well,
Yeah, I will.
Uh,
I would like.
well, but let me tell you something about what is a mindset.
Okay.
So, your mindset is a set of beliefs
Okay.
that shape you, how you make sense of the many world and yourself.
Okay.
It influences how you think, feel, and behave in any given situation. If you have a positive mindset, you can come out of any tough situation. But
Okay.
if you don't have that positive mindset, you
Yeah.
can't resist in any situation. That is what mindset is all about.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I'm getting it.
as you told me earlier, that mindset has several types.
Yes.
So according to you, it has two types. But let me tell you, as I've told you, that a book is written by Carol Dweck.
Yes.
So I am telling you this according to him. So according to Dweck, there are two basic mindsets:
Okay.
fixed and growth.
Yes.
If you have a fixed mindset, you believe your abilities are fixed traits
Yes.
and therefore can't be changed.
Yeah. That what I'm talking about.
You may also believe that your talent and intelligence alone leads to success, and effort is not
Oh
required.
yeah. I'll just.
Intelligence alone leads to success. Talent and intelligence. On the flip side,
Okay.
if you have a growth mindset, you believe that your talents and abilities can be developed over time.
Yes.
That is what most people think. Through effort and persistence.
Yes.
People with this mindset don't necessarily believe that everyone can become Einstein or Mozart just because they try. You sure believe that there's one, I mean, there is only one Einstein.
Yeah.
There is only one Jack Bezos. There's not gonna be one more.
Yeah.
It could be next Nitik Parashar or
Yes.
it could be next Shantanu Yadav, but it can't be next Jeff Bezos or
Yes.
it can't be next anyone.
Because he is the one and only
Yeah.
in himself.
Because whatever he achieved because of his growth mindset.
Yes.
And anyone could have that mindset. But not you cannot say that I am going to become that person who already become that thing, who already become something big by doing
Yeah.
something bigger or
Yeah. Absolutely.
that. Okay? So believe that everyone can get smarter or more talented if they work at it. That is what I am talking about.
Yeah.
Here are some fixed, and let me tell you some differences about fixed mindset and growth mindset
Oh, so there are okay.
with some references of daily life.
Okay.
So suppose I am saying either I am good at it or I am not.
Yeah.
Either I am good at it or either I am not. That is
Yeah.
fixed mindset. I have already thought that if I am good at it, I'll do it, and if
Yeah.
I am not, then I'm not going to do it.
Yes.
That is what is a fixed mindset. And what is a growth mindset? If suppose I say I can learn to do anything I want,
Yes.
that is what is growth mindset. I am not restricting myself to a point. I am saying that I can do it if
Yeah.
if I learn it.
Yes.
Do
Absolutely.
you know that is a psychological thought, psychological word. That is what meaning is abstraction. Do you know what abstraction means?
Abstraction is basically Oh, sorry, I don't have the idea of about it.
So let me,
Correctly.
okay, I'll tell you. Abstraction with a reference of an example. So suppose your friend named Prince is an software engineer.
Yeah.
He's a software engineer.
Okay.
So suppose he's running a car.
Okay.
So before running a car, should he ask you that how this car is made of? I mean, what are the mechanical properties?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. He should.
he should.
Yeah. He should.
Or he should ask you how to run a car. Suppose you are going to a driving school. You ask him that how can I drive a car or how this car is made of, like which parts are used in it, or what is this steel made of, and what is the mechanical properties inside, what is the function of their parts inside.
So I choose the first option that he should ask the parts of the about the car or parts of the car, because whatever we do and whichever thing we do, we have to be certain and some basic knowledge about it, like like I'm editing a video, so I have to know about some basic tools so that I can edit a video. Okay, so that's my point.
Okay, let me tell you something. Your thought process is pretty good, but you are overthinking.
Oh.
Suppose I am going to a driving school. I'm not going to ask him like how can I fix it. I mean, how can I fix it? I should ask, but
Yeah.
I don't ask. What are the mechanical properties of the car? He don't know about it.
No, I'm not talking about the deeper concepts. I'm just
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
what
the
I am talking about.
surface
This is the
information.
problem of whole students. That is the reason why they are not learning.
Okay.
This is what the concept of abstraction is about. Suppose you are going to a driving school and you are asking how can I drive a car. He will teach you how to drive a car. He is not going to teach you that this is the car and this is made of steel and
Yes.
this is what its properties are and how it is running.
Yes.
It is the work of a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
You are not interested in knowing what's happening inside it.
absolutely
You
not.
are only interested in what's happening outside and what's going to add value in your life after
Absolutely.
learning driving.
Yes.
That is what you are only interested in.
Yes.
That is the concept of abstraction, and that is what our mindset depends on.
Okay.
If we start, everyone is thinking, most of the people think that I don't know this, so I am not going to do it.
Yeah.
If you are not going to do it, how can you learn it?
Yeah. That's right.
And that is what the problem is. That's why many countries and students are not developing.
Okay.
So this is some psychological thoughts. Let me move on.
Clear upcoming topic.
So mindset formation. I'm going to talk about mindset formation.
Okay. So what is this concept?
So how is your mindset created in the first place?
Okay.
Dweck's research reveals two primary resources,
Okay.
praising and labeling, both of which occur in early childhood.
Okay.
In a landmark series of experiments, Dweck and her colleagues found that kids behave very differently depending on the type of praise they receive.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. I remember that 100%.
Yeah, if you're praising a child and it's sure gonna boost his confidence.
Yes.
But if you are demotivating a child, he is not going to do anything.
Actually,
Yeah. Yes. That is what everyone should do. No one should demotivate anyone. They found that personal mind, and
Yes.
then you are seeing like aeroplane is like this,
Yes.
this. When you are saying birds, you are
Yeah.
taking a reference and reference image in your mind, and then you are seeing it like that.
Yeah.
Before speaking, it creates an image to your mind, and that is all about.
Okay. I'm getting it perfectly.
Yes. And with that, you end up conditioning your body to the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost got it the point, and I will also read about it in the in the future.
Hmm. You sure? You sure? Sure.
Okay.
So, experience spirituality in a new way. What is that? Intention and emotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, in the interview, Dr. Joe Dispenza describes the brain as a recording of the past. He says when you wake up in the morning and think about your problems that may have to do with certain people or places, you are thinking in the past.
Okay.
But we know when you show people going beyond their problems, and identify means identify the problems in their past and identity and thoughts, there will come a moment when they feel free.
Okay.
That is what it is.
Oh.
That's why Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches his participants to be in the here and now.
Okay.
When I say here and now, don't overthink, or don't think what's going to happen in my future and what happened to my past. That is irrelevant.
Yes. So we have to just live in the present
Yeah.
and focus on it.
That is the main thing you can. That is the only thing you can do to keep your mind fresh and motivated every time.
Okay.
He reveals. Suddenly, you see possibilities you never saw before.
Oh.
When you started living in present, you suddenly start seeing possibilities that you have never seen before.
Okay.
You can feel the emotions before they happen. A clear intention reinforced by emotions,
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
thoughts, and feelings creates the state of being, and suddenly you evolve from a personality of the past to a completely new future oriented personality.
It is nice.
Yeah, that's what a greater vision teaches us.
Yes.
So that is what Dr. Joe Dispenza's theory is all about.
Okay.
So let me begin with something more interesting. That is about mindset. So do you know what mindset is?
So basically, mindset is that thought process of our human brain,
Okay.
and I have read about it that it that it is basically two types: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. In the fixed mindset, we are just got stuck at a certain point, and then we don't learn anything. We don't learn any knowledge and anything at all. But in the growth mindset, we always hungry to learn. We are always seeking the knowledge so that we can so that we can
Seek information
Yes.
about us or about our
Yeah.
people associated with us.
so that we can improve our intelligence.
Yeah, sure. Your points are very good. You know, there's a book about mindset.
Oh, then the name of it.
Actually, the name of the book is Mindset, which is written by Carol Dweck.
Okay.
You sure should read it. Well,
Yeah, I will. I would like to.
well, but let me tell you something about what is a mindset.
Okay.
So, your mindset is a set of beliefs
Okay.
that shape you, how you make sense of the many world and yourself.
Okay.
It influences how you think, feel, and behave in. So it's time to cope up with our topic once again.
Yeah. After the having such a break,
Yeah, very
so let's start the topic again.
So I am going to tell you about the impact of mindset.
Okay. Yeah.
So your mindset plays a critical role in how you cope up with life challenges.
Yes. Absolutely.
When a child has a growth mindset, they tend to have a hunger for learning
Yes.
and a desire to work hard
Yeah.
and discover new things. I mean, you sure have some desires in your early childhood to do
Yeah.
something new or to discover something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is what I am talking about.
I had.
This often translates into academic achievement.
Yeah.
As adults, the same people are more likely to persevere in the face of setbacks.
Sorry.
As adults,
Yeah.
these same people are more likely to persevere in the face of setbacks.
Okay.
Instead of throwing in the towel, adults with a growth mindset view it as an opportunity to learn and grow.
Okay.
On the other hand, those with fixed mindsets and are more likely to give up in the face of challenging circumstances.
Okay.
So, I have seen so many people with this one consuming goal of proving themselves in the classroom. I mean, you have seen this as well. I mean, there are some students who always intended to show that I am the supreme among the group of.
Yes. Yes.
Or
I had. Yeah. I had
I
seen
mean,
them.
there are some leaders as well, and I mean, there are some chokers as well.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
here we are talking about chokers. Now, we are not talking
Okay.
about leaders. Leaders, you can see them in the crowd of 1,000 people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But a choker, you can observe him anywhere as a liar or throwing some flexes about his,
Yeah.
his financial status or something.
Yeah. You're saying absolutely correct.
That is what a choker is.
Yes.
And we are not here to become a choker.
Of course.
People and society always respect leaders.
Yeah.
So every situation calls for a confirmation of their intelligence, personality, or character.
Yeah.
Every situation is evaluated.
Yeah.
When will I succeed or fail? Will I look smart or dumb? Will I be acceptable or rejectable
Yeah.
by the society? Will I feel like a winner or a loser? That is what you should think about.
Sorry.
Okay, so what is my mindset? Do you have a fixed growth mindset?
I think not.
Not. So you think you can do hard work to achieve many heights in your career
Yeah.
in future?
Yeah. It is hard to do the hard work because you have you have to take that willpower to do that work and that determination to keep carrying on. So it is hard, but but in the near future it will give you this result. So it is okay.
Okay, so you are saying that it will give you some great results in near future.
Yes.
So just tell. It's my question. It's my personal question.
Okay.
Can you please tell me if you are given an opportunity to earn much money,
Yeah.
and then you are given an opportunity to earn more success,
Okay.
but it doesn't have more money, then what thing are you gonna you can say what thing are you gonna select among these two,
So
money or success?
success. Yeah.
Okay, please tell me why and give a very relevant reason.
So let's say my answer is very simple, and that is that in whichever the thing in whichever the two options I have the most of my satisfaction, my happiness lies that the option I'm gonna choose.
So you are saying money can't buy happiness?
No, I'm not saying that money can't buy happiness. I'm saying if my happiness, if my satisfaction, sophistication of life lies in money or in success, I would choose the either option.
Okay. No, I'm telling if you are going to get success in your life, but
Yeah.
you don't have much money. Not much money. Suppose you are earning average like some middle class people. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let's hear me first. That my answer is that if I am happy in money, then I will choose money.
okay.
If I am happy in success, then I will choose success because right now I am exploring it and making it the impactful thought of myself, because I have not chosen the right option, because I'm also exploring myself to choose in which area my happiness, my
Lies.
satisfaction lies.
Okay. So can you tell me, can you become successful without money?
Yeah, you can, if you're happy with your if you're happy with your successful life, then it is, because success the success is just is a subjective thing. It can differ for any person.
Person to person. No?
Yeah, so that's why.
So according to my opinion,
Yeah,
money and success both are important.
yeah, both are important, and in most of the cases these two things are the same.
If you would have given me choice, then I would choose obviously. Obviously success, then I can earn any amount of money. So you are right, absolutely right. I actually as you have chosen success.
Or the money.
Yes, very good.
Okay.
So what I'm talking about is you are born with a certain amount of intelligence,
Yeah.
and it is something that can't be changed,
Yes.
no matter who you are. Okay.
Absolutely.
There isn't much you can do to improve your basic abilities and personality.
Okay.
People are capable of changing who they are.
Yes. Yes. They have the
Courage.
capabilities of that.
Yeah, sure. You can learn new things and improve your intelligence.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
what human
absolutely.
psyche is all about.
Yes.
People either have particular talents or they don't.
Yeah.
You can't just acquire talent for things like music, writing, art, or athletics.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's natural thing. It's a natural thing. Or you can say it comes when you do practice a
Yeah.
lot.
Absolutely.
Studying, working hard, and practicing new skills are all ways to develop new talents and abilities. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about earlier.
Yeah. It is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
That you are saying.
If you tend to agree most with statements, with my first statement, my second statement, and my fifth statement,
Okay.
that is my first statement, listen very carefully.
Okay.
You are born with a certain amount of intelligence,
Yeah. We
and
have.
it isn't something that can't be changed.
Yeah.
And my second statement is no matter who you are,
Yes.
there isn't much you can do to improve your basic abilities and personality.
Yeah.
And my fifth statement is people either have particular talents or they don't. You can't just acquire talents for things like music, writing, art, or athletics.
Yeah. But you can. Set up a skill.
Yeah, sure.
You can create a skill for yourself in whichever the field.
Yeah. So if you tend to agree most with these statements, then you probably have a more fixed mindset. That's what I'm.
So it's a tricky question, I guess.
Yeah, it's a tricky question and a test as well.
Nice.
So, but if you agree most with, I mean, both mindsets are good. They are going
Yeah.
to help you out, but that's not a template that you have to set to
Yeah.
become an intellectual person or a more effective person among the group of people. So, if you agree most with statements third, fourth, and sixth, that are people are capable of changing who they are.
Yes. Absolutely.
And my fourth statement is you can learn new things and improve your intelligence.
Yes, we can.
Studying, and my sixth statement is studying, working hard, and practicing new skills are all ways to develop new talents and abilities.
Yeah. It is.
Then, if you are agree, then you probably tend to have growth mindset. And as you are agreeing with all of them, then I think you are a pretty intellectual and a high on mindset person.
Yeah, we will see in future.
Yeah, sure. So let me begin with something new. How to unfix a fixed mindset. Well, people with a fixed mindset might not agree. Dweck suggests that people are capable of changing their mindsets,
Yeah.
which is their growth mindset. Here's how. Focus on the journey.
Yeah.
An important factor when building a growth mindset is seeing the value in your journey. If you are seeing a value in your journey, then you sure seeing a growth mindset in yourself. When you are fixated on the end result, you miss out on the several things.
Yeah, you say
And,
right.
You could be learning along the way.
Yeah.
Incorporate. If you are struggling with a task, remind yourself that you just haven't mastered it.
Yes.
Yet, integrating this word into your vocabulary signals that despite any struggles, you can overcome anything. So, the next point is pay attention to your words and thoughts.
Yeah.
Replace negative thoughts. That is the most important thing.
Yeah.
With more positive ones to build a growth mindset.
Absolutely. Yes. It is.
Take on challenges. Challenge yourself that I can do it.
Okay.
Challenge yourself with something new and some more typical things. Set your goals much harder than
Yes.
you have set earlier. Making mistakes is one of the best ways to learn.
Yeah.
So instead of shying away from challenges, embrace them.
Okay.
So that is pretty much about what a growth mindset and a mindset is all about. So it's time to have some feedback from you. So
Yeah.
can you please tell me what is your opinion about growth mindset?
So basically the growth mindset is the main mindset that most of the people should have.
Yes.
So that we can grow ourselves to our best version and elevate the society to the purest and highest form of it, so that most of the people don't don't hate this society and don't a lot of stuff about that. So that is my point about it.
Okay, so have you thought something about the future? I mean, what do you want to become, or something like what is your life goal, which will satisfy you? I mean, you don't have any regret if you do that in near future. What is that?
So basically, right now I don't have that particular goals. What I have, what I will do in my future to earn money to or to or to follow my passion, because I'm still exploring my passion. That
What is your passion?
I'm still exploring it. That
Okay, you're finding
Yeah.
what your passion is.
yeah, that.
So do you have several interests?
Yeah, seven, eight,
Like you can say I like reading books, I like reading, I like it, I like to write.
Yes, I have several interest in writing some stories and coding, etc.
Okay, so you have several interests in coding, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so which language do you like the most among all the computer languages? Which do you like the most?
Yeah. Sorry, can you repeat that again?
I'm saying you are saying that you have a great interest in programming or several computer languages.
Yes.
So can you tell me which language do you have more interest in?
I have first learned the C++ in my 11th standard, and we also called it high school. So I'm have that of that language. So then I also study C and Java and a lot of like JavaScript, Java query, and etc.
Okay, so you know about something about Java and JavaScript.
Yeah, because I'm also working on a website for my. So I'm also working on my websites. So because of that.
Okay. So what I want to ask you is have you developed any project in JS or whatever you say?
Yeah, I am currently working on my project. So it is still in the process.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when it will done, I will show you in the next meeting of our.
Okay. Okay, so okay, tell me. But actually, I am develop. Okay, I think we have discussed a lot more about your interests. So,
Yeah.
Uh, I want to tell you something about thought process. Thought process is about uh, the word thought may mean a single product or thinking a single idea, and may also mentation, the the product of mental activity, the act of system of thinking, the capacity to think, reason, imagine, and so on. Why I'm laughing about is because it's good for our health. We should laugh more often. It improves our immune system as well. And during the time of COVID-19, we should always try to laugh. That's a pretty good medicine. So, what I'm talking about are several theories which are outline of a theory of a thought process and thinking machine. Thought process and mental phenomena modeled by sets of mathematical equations. Let me tell you something about philosophy. The phenomenology movement in philosophy saw a radical change in the way in which we understand thought. Martin Heidegger, phenomenal analysis of the existential structure of man being and time cast new light on the issue of thinking, unsettling traditional, cognitive, or rational interpretation of man which affect the way we understand thought. The notion of the fundamental role of non-cognitive understanding in rendering possible thematic consciousness informed the discussion surrounding artificial intelligence. During the 1970s and 80s, phenomenology, however, is not the only approach to thinking in modern Western philosophy. Philosophy of mind is a branch of philosophy that studies the nature of the mind, mental events, mental functions, mental properties, consciousness, and their relationships to physical body, particularly the brain. The mind problem, that is, the relationship of the mind to the body, is commonly seen as the central issue in the philosophy or the mind. Although there are other issues concerning the nature of the mind that do not involve its relation to the physical body, the mind body problem concerns the explanation of the relationship that exists between minds or mental processes and bodily states or processes. The main aim of philosophers working in this area is to determine the nature of the mind and mental states or processes and how or if minds are affected by any event. Human perpetual experience depend on stimuli which arrive at one's various sensory organs from the external world, and these stimuli cause changes in one's mental state, ultimately causing one to feel a sensation which may be pleasant or unpleasant. Someone's desire for a slice of pizza, for example, will tend to cause that person to move his or her body in a specific manner and in a specific direction to obtain what he or she wants. The question then is how it can be possible for consciousness experiences to arise out of a lump of gray matter endowed with nothing but electrochemical properties. A related problem is to explain how someone's attitudes can cause that individual's neurons to fire and his muscle to contract in exactly the same manner. These compromise some of the puzzles that have confronted epistemologists and philosophers of mind from at least the time of Rene Descartes. So, functionalism versus embodism. The above reflects a classical functional description of how we work as cognitive thinking systems. However, the apparently irresolvable mind-body problem is said to be overcome and bypassed by the embodied conjugation approach, with its roots in the work of Heidegger, Piaget, and the pragmatist John Dewey. This approach states that the classical approach of separating the mind and analyzing its process is misguided. Instead, we should see that the mind actions of an embodied agent and the environment it perceives and envisions are all parts of whole which determines each other. Therefore, function analysts of the mind alone will always leave us with the mind-body problems which cannot be resolved. Psychology. Psychologists have concentrated on thinking as an intellectual exertion aimed at finding an answer to a question or a solution of a practical problem. Cognitive psychology is a branch of psychology that investigates internal mental process. That is what we are talking about. And the school of thought arising from this approach is known as conjectivism. Conjectivism, that is it, which is interested in how people mentally represent information processing. It had its foundation in Gestalt psychology of Max and in New York of Jean Piaget, who provided a theory of stages/phases that describes children's cognitive development. Cognitive psychologists usually psychophysical and experimental approaches to understand, diagnose, and solve problems concerning themselves with the mental processes, which mediate them between stimulus and response. They study various aspects of thinking, including the psychology of reasoning and how people make decisions and choices, solve problems, as well as engage in creative discovery and in imaginative thoughts. Cognitive theory contends that solutions to problems either take the form of algorithms, rules that are not necessarily understood but promise of a solution, or rules that are understood but that do not always guarantee solutions. Cognitive science differs from cognitive psychology, and in that algorithms that are intended to stimulate human behavior and are implemented on or implementable on a computer. In other instances, solutions may be found through insight, a sudden awareness of a relationship. In development psychology, was a pioneer in the study of development of thought from birth to maturity. In this theory of cognitive development, thought is based on actions of the environment. That is, Piaget suggests that the environment is understood through assimilations of objects in the A-level schemes of actions, and these accommodate to the objects to the extent that available schemes fall short of demands. As a result of this interplay between assimilation and accommodation, thought develops through a sequence of stages that differ quantitatively from each other in mode of representation and complexity, or indifference and understanding. That is, thought evolves from being based on perceptions and actions at the sensomotor stages. In the first 2 years of life, to to the internal representations in early childhood. Subsequently, representations are gradually organized into logical structures, which first operate on the concrete properties of the reality. In the stage of concrete operations, and then operate on abstract principles that organize concrete properties. In that stage of formal reality, in the stage of concrete operations, and then operate on abstract principles that organize concrete properties. In that stage of formal operations, in recent years, the pageant conceptions of thoughts was integrated with information processing conceptions. Thus, thoughts is considered as the result of mechanisms that are responsible for the representation and processing of information. In this conception, speed of processing, cognitive control, and working memory are the main functions underlying thought. In the Piaget theories of cognitive development, the development of thought is considered to come from increasing speed of processing, enhanced cognitive control, and increasing memory. Positive psychology emphasizes the positive aspects of human psychology as equally important as the focus of mood disorders and the negative symptoms. In character, strength, and virtues, Peterson and Selman list a series of positive characteristics. One person is not expected to have every strength, nor are they meant to full encapsulate that characteristic entirely. The list encourages positive thoughts that builds on a person's strength rather than how to fix their symptoms. So, social psychology is the study of how people and groups interact. Scholars in this theory area are typically either psychologists or sociologists. Through all social psychologists employ both the individuals and the groups as their units of analysis. Despite their similarity, psychology and sociological researchers tend to differ in their goals, approaches, and methods and terminology. That is what we are all about in today's session, and thank you.